Good evening. I'm Tips Mahoy, and this is ArthIntel Evening Edition. Coming up, 12-year-old girl dies after Thailand school shooting, bringing death toll to at least 8. Fast-moving Canada wildfire doubles in size, forcing thousands to flee homes. ICE takes issue with AP reporting on policy to release body-worn camera footage, Associated Press. That, plus a check of the weather across the country. We begin tonight with the top stories from around the world. A 12-year-old girl has died from her wounds after Friday's shooting at Debsirin Non-Thaburi School outside Bangkok, bringing the death toll to at least 8, according to Thailand's health ministry. Officials say a 14-year-old student opened fire at the school and at his family home, where he also appeared to have killed his 2 grandparents before apparently taking his own life. 14 people remain hospitalized, 7 of them in critical condition, most between the ages of 12 and 14. Officials say the gun used was legally registered to the boy's grandfather, and the school has suspended classes through August 14. A fast-moving wildfire in Western Canada has doubled in size, forcing thousands from their homes. The Bald Range fire now covers more than 36 square miles across British Columbia's Summerland and Okanagan-Similkameen districts, according to the BC Wildfire Service, and remained out of control as of Saturday morning. The district of Summerland, home to about 12,000 people, was ordered to evacuate after power went out across the area, with hundreds of care facility residents relocated, according to Interior Health. Local emergency official Eric Thompson called it one of the quickest-moving, largest fires he's seen in the region, and said he himself had to leave the Emergency Operations Center to evacuate his own family. Now to the political stories making news this evening. Your website should make you money, most don't. Toolbox Development builds sites that actually rank on Google and turn visitors into calls. No contracts. Find them at toolboxdevelopment.net. ICE's acting director is pushing back on Associated Press reporting about the agency's policy of releasing body-worn camera footage only when it determines doing so is in its best interests. David Venturella says the policy is consistent with federal law and mirrors other agencies' practices, and that ICE is on track to equip every field officer with a body camera by the end of August. The AP reports the policy, adopted in February 2025, allows ICE to withhold or indefinitely delay footage release even after deaths in custody if there are specific and compelling circumstances. The dispute comes amid heightened scrutiny of ICE after fatal shootings by its officers in Maine and Houston, neither of which was captured on body camera. President Trump's former personal lawyer Todd Blanche has been confirmed as U.S. Attorney General in a razor-thin 50-49 Senate vote. Republican Senator Bill Cassidy cast the deciding vote, while fellow Republicans Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski joined all Democrats in opposition. Some Republican senators had raised concerns over Blanche's handling of Jeffrey Epstein-related documents and his role in setting up a $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund, which Murkowski feared could benefit people prosecuted over the January 6th Capitol riot. Blanche, who has served as acting attorney general since April, called the confirmation an honor, while Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer accused him on X of enabling what he called Trump's corruption. New York's Education Department says more than half of the state's 3rd and 5th graders failed to reach proficiency on this year's English language arts exams, with 4th graders not far behind. The department itself called the drop a significant decline, and New York City students fared even worse, with 3rd-grade scores plunging nearly 14%. Zilvanas Salinas of the Empire Center for Public Policy argues the problem isn't money, noting New York spends about $37,000 per student statewide, and roughly $44,000 in New York City, more than double the national average. A state DOE spokesperson said officials will not minimize or attempt to explain away the results and plan a detailed analysis of where students are struggling. Turning now to finance and the crypto markets. This spot is available. ArthIntel reaches a daily news audience on the Evening Edition and across ArthIntel.com. To advertise with us, visit ArthIntel.com. Hyperliquid's Hype token is under pressure after HyperLabs unlocked 433,025 tokens worth $23.46 million, according to blockchain tracker Look'nChain. Those tokens have since been moved to exchanges including Flowdesk and OKX, a pattern that has preceded selling in the past. Hype was trading at $54, down 3.3% on the day after facing rejection at $57. Meanwhile, On-Chain Lens reports a newly created wallet withdrew $10.69 million worth of Hype from Coinbase, as whales attempt to offset the selling pressure. Demand for hardware crypto wallets in Russia has more than doubled this year, according to data from two major retailers, as the country prepares new cryptocurrency regulations. Retailer MVideo reported unit sales up 107% in the second quarter compared to the first, while Wildberries recorded an 84% rise in unit sales for the first half of 2026 versus the same period last year, according to RIA Novosti. Neither company disclosed total device numbers. Lawyers told RBC that Russian law does not ban these personal wallets, but it does restrict transferring crypto from Russian digital depositories to them, with a transition period lasting until July 2027. Brazil's central bank is cracking down on crypto-enabled fraud, ordering exchanges to delay certain customer transfers to foreign platforms and self-custody wallets for up to 24 hours. Under Resolution BCB number 580 for 2026, published August 7th, and taking effect January 1st, 2027, the hold applies to transfers exceeding the equivalent of $10,000 in a single transaction or across multiple transactions in one day. Smaller transfers can also be delayed if an exchange deems them risky. The central bank says the move is meant to stop cryptocurrencies, including stablecoins, from being used to move funds obtained through financial fraud before victims or institutions can recover them. Exchanges can release funds early if their risk review clears the transaction, but must document the decision and notify customers of any hold. And now, today's top stories from the world of sports. Chicago Sky guard DiJonai Carrington was ejected Saturday after a flagrant foul on Indiana's Sophie Cunningham during a breakaway layup attempt, with contact to Cunningham's face sending her to the floor. The Fever went on to win 90-86, and after the game, Carrington posted "white privilege" on social media, tagging the Fever. Cunningham told ESPN she believed the foul was intentional and that Carrington was trying to get attention, while also saying the ejection has nothing to do with race. Fever coach Stephanie White called it a hard foul, but said she didn't think it was intentional, and Sky coach Tyler Marsh said Carrington is simply a passionate player and denied any ill intent. WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert has told teams in a Friday memo that discussions on transgender athlete participation will continue, with a task force of team presidents and general managers set to take up the topic at a previously scheduled meeting next week. The memo comes after Fever guard Sophie Cunningham's comments supporting barring transgender women from women's sports sparked protests in Seattle and Portland, and after two former NBA players, Enes Kanter Freedom and Royce White, declared themselves eligible for the WNBA draft, saying they identify as women. Engelbert wrote that the league's player eligibility rules are collectively bargained, and that preserving the integrity of our game and ensuring fair competition will always remain among the league's highest priorities. The Players' Union, the WNBPA, released a statement saying it embraces diversity and inclusion and will not be used as political pawns. And finally, here's a look at temperatures across the country right now. It's hottest in Phoenix at 110 degrees, while Chicago is the coolest spot on the board this evening at 72. That's ArthIntel Evening Edition for now, 10 stories, coast to coast. I'm Tips Mahoy for ArthIntel, signal over noise. If you found this valuable, please like and subscribe, enable notifications for daily updates, and read the complete coverage at ArthIntel.com.